Hi, everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Hope everybody's doing good today. It's Monday, October 16th. Currently, it's 44 degrees. That's kind of cool. High today's only going to be 50. Wow. Uh, Chance of rain 15% and winds at 5 miles per hour. It's no wonder the grass isn't growing real fast. If it's pretty cool. I'm sure it got a little colder than that overnight. Um, Let's see. Today there'll be a Kroger haul. We went there and got some real good deals on. I had $3 off if you buy so much produce. I think it might have been $10 or either. I think that's how much you had to buy to get it, and which was no problem. And I had some other digital deals. A couple of them I downloaded, I guess, the digital coupons off the QR codes. I've learned how to do that pretty good now to where that works. I was having trouble with it at first, but yeah, if you can scan the code, it'll pull up what the product and what the deal is, and has a place to do the digital coupon. So yeah, we got some good buys. What's for dinner? I'm going to have my version of the McAllister's, what's theirs called? Spud Max. I call mine Super Spuds. Going to use the potatoes, bacon potatoes, and it has all kinds of stuff on it. Usually two kinds of lunch meat. Like I think it calls for ham and turkey. Lots of times we'll use roast beef and turkey on it. I just kind of dice it up, the lunch meat, and it's got, of course, you put sour cream on it and you melt cheese on it, and I can't remember what all else. I think it's one of them is black olives, so I got to make sure we have some black olives. I know I think we used the last one, and you know what? Those are expensive now. They really are, black olives. Um, I'll have to look and see what all's on it, but it's got a bunch of stuff on it. It's really good. Onions. I'll use the green onions from my garden, what's left of them, and other things. Just real good. And that's really all you need. You don't really need anything else with it. And, it ends up being a whole plate full of stuff, So that's probably all we'll have. Okay, there wasn't any really interesting tidbits today, so I'm not going to do those today. Just won't really, I'd rather put the time into doing the trivia and stuff like that if they don't really have anything that interesting. So on the jokes of the day, we got the first one is Seeing Voices. It's called. I accidentally put eye drops in my ear. Now I can literally see what you're saying. Wow. Okay, this one says, quick stop only. Daughter, I have to use the bathroom. Me, pulls into rest stop. Daughter, thanks. Me, make sure you're back in 5 minutes. Daughter, I will. Me, we accidentally left your brother behind once. Daughter, I don't have a brother. Me, exactly. so he left her brother behind once and never did. God. Okay, how about fact of the day? Monkeys go bald too. Yes, just like male humans, male monkeys go bald too. Not only do they lose hair, but they also lose the hair on top of their head. Some zoologists believe that the baldness can make them more attractive to their female counterpart. Works out pretty good for them. Okay, let's see. Let's see which one we want to try for. That's about medical stuff there. Oh, I just got my. You ever have pain shoot down your side of your thumb? Man, it feels like a bolt of lightning or something when that happens. I don't know why. I just had my thumb, I don't know, in just the right position, I guess. It just does that sometimes. Some of this stuff's tricky. Tricky. Let's see. Let's try this one. This might be about movies and stuff. Okay. Which actor stars in the 1975 film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Robert Redford. I think a lot of people know this. Robert De Niro, Jack Nicholson, Al Pacino. And on another note, if I'm not mistaken, the guy that does, I think his name's Brad Deardorff or something like that. I'm not for sure what his last name is. The one that does Chucky voice, I think he's the one that's in this too with him. I can't remember for sure, but anyway, I will say Jack Nicholson. He was actually pretty young. And that's it. Let's see. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is a 1975 American psychological drama film directed by Milos Forman, based on the 1962 novel of the same name by Ken Kesey. The film stars Jack Nicholson, who plays a new patient at a mental institution, alongside Louise Fletcher, who plays an austere nurse. What you doing? Sit down. I was thinking of it. It has a supporting cast of Will Sampson, Danny DeVito was in it. I don't remember that. Sidney Lasik and William Redfield, as well as Christopher Lord and Brad Dourif. I said Deardorff. Sit down, honey. It's Brad Dourif. He's the one that does the voice of Chucky. Yeah, I thought so. I didn't remember Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, so they got a big cast in there. And William Redfield, Sidney Lasik, Danny DeVito, Will Sampson, of course Jack Nicholson. So that was a good one to start off with. Let's see, next question. Frank Sinatra played a role in which of these movies? From Here to Eternity, Loving You, King Creole, Flaming Star. I probably watched some of these when I was real young, but I'm really not for sure. I've never heard of Flaming Star or Loving You, which I'm sure they're movies. I've heard of King Creole. I thought that was... No, I don't think that was about Elvis. I'm going to say From Here to Eternity. That's the only one that really I recognize even. Oh, and that's it. Rather than music, it was acting that precipitated Sinatra's comeback in 1953. He pleaded with Columbia Pictures President Harry Cohn for the role of the scrappy, tragic soldier Maggio in From Here to Eternity. It was in 1953, and he agreed to work for scale. Okay. What American rock icon starred in more than 30 movies? Tom Petty, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, and Elvis Presley. I just mentioned Elvis, and I do think maybe that was from King Creole. I don't remember Tom Petty or any of these others being in a movie even. I think Bruce Springsteen might have been made like a cameo or something in a movie. It's got to be Elvis Presley. And that's right. Elvis Presley was an American popular singer, widely known as the King of Rock and Roll, and one of rock music's dominant performers from the mid-1950s until his death. Okay, next question. Who stars in the 1977 movie musical Saturday Night Fever? Jerry Lewis, Harrison Ford, Brad Pitt, John Travolta. Remember? I remember it wasn't Jerry Lewis or Harrison Ford or Brad Pitt. I'm going to say John Travolta. That's it. Saturday Night Fever is a 1977 movie musical directed by John Badham, written by Nick Cohn and Norman Wexler, and starring John Travolta, Karen Lynn Gorney, and Barry Miller. Okay. Which actor starred in the 1976 film Rocky? Clint Eastwood, Sylvester Stallone, Al Pacino, Sean Connery. Do y'all remember? There was more than one of them, so it's probably easy for everybody to figure that out. I know, Clint Eastwood, he wasn't a boxer in some of his, but he had a lot of, fight scenes, fist fights and stuff. Al Pacino, I think he's been in a movie, or was that Robert De Niro? I think it was Robert De Niro was in, I forget what they called that. But I don't remember Sean Connery in anyone, being in one, so let's say Sylvester, and that's right. 5 right. No wrong so far. What famous songwriter began his career in Long Beach, New Jersey? I think I know this. Bruce Springsteen, Joni Mitchell, Bob Dylan, Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond. He had a lot of good songs. Okay. I think it was Bruce Springsteen. And that's right. Born in Long Branch, New Jersey, Bruce Springsteen is an American singer and songwriter famous for being one of the fathers of Heartland rock and for his poetic, socially conscious lyrics and energetic stage performances. What is the nickname King of Rock and Roll most associated with? Freddie Mercury, Billy Idol, Elvis Presley, Bruce Springsteen. I think everybody's going to know this one too. You always heard of Elvis as the king of rock and roll. And that's right. Oh my gosh, 7 right. None wrong so far. Which iconic actor stars in the 1993 film Groundhog Day? It's got this picture. I think everybody, a lot of people I'm sure have seen this one. I've seen it multiple times. It's a crazy movie. Anyway, the answers are Jeff Goldblum, Mel Gibson, Tom Hanks, Bill Murray. What do y'all think? I think it was Bill Murray. He'd wake up every morning. That's right. He'd wake up every morning. It would be the same, the day before or whatever. The same day as it was the night before he went to bed. Every morning. And he would do everything. Even like he started jumping off buildings and stuff. And then he would still wake up every morning to that same song. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a Carpenter's song or something. He'd wake up to every morning. Next question. Let's see. Groundhog Day is a 1993 American fantasy comedy film directed by Harold Ramis from a screenplay by him and Danny Rubin, starring Bill Murray, Andy McDowell, and Chris Elliott. Oh yeah, I remember that, Chris. It tells a story of Phil Connors, a cynical television weatherman covering the annual Groundhog Day event in Poughkeepsie, Pennsylvania, who becomes trapped in a time loop, forcing him to relive February 2nd repeatedly. It's so funny. Who starred in the 1983 American comedy drama Risky Business? I think I know this as well. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Bruce Willis, Keanu Reeves. Y'all remember that? Remember the famous scene where he was dancing to that song that's in it? I can't remember how it goes right now. But anyway, it was Tom Cruise sliding around in his socks. That's right. That's 9 right. The 1983 teen sex comedy drama Risky Business tells the story of a high school student, Joel Goodson, Tom Cruise, who's pressured by his parents to strive for perfection and become a business student at Princeton. However, his chances at achieving that are jeopardized when he's left home for a few weeks, during which he winds up sinking his dad's Porsche in the river. Okay. Next question. Which rock band has the record for the most number 2 hits without a number 1 song? Oh my goodness. It's Kiss, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Aerosmith, and NXS. Now, I hope I get this one right. Has a record for most number 2 hits without a number 1 song. Well, I can tell you, Kiss had number 1 songs. I guarantee you Creedence Clearwater probably did, and Aerosmith. But I remember NXS, I think that guy that was in it killed himself or something. But I want to say NXS. Oh, I got it wrong. It's Creedence. I can't believe that. Oh, darn. I didn't get a perfect score. Creedence Clearwater Revival was always the bridesmaid, but never the bride. The group has the most number 2 peaking hits without a number 1. 5 of their singles peaked at number 2. They reached the runner-up slot with Proud Mary, Bad Moon Rising, Green River, Traveling Band, Who Will Stop the Rain, and Looking Out My Back Door, and Long As I Can See the Light. I cannot believe that none of those were number 1 songs. Shoot, my very last question, and then I missed it. So I had 9 right and 1 wrong today. Not bad. I was wanting that perfect score. But, you know, sometimes it happens. Oh, let's see if there's anything else in here. Big Lots has, it's 15% off candy. That's not that much. They also, I saw another 20% off coupon for 4 days only. Let's see, let's just do a couple of these for fun, and then that'll be it. Which president was in office when the White House burned down in 1814? George Washington, James Madison, Abraham Lincoln, William McKinley. I'm not for sure. I don't think it's George Washington. That was earlier, you know, like 1776 or something around there. I'm going to say James Madison. Abraham Lincoln's like 1860 some. William McKinley, I think, is, you know, much later than that. James Madison. Oh, it's got to go to it. Okay, James Madison. And that is right. Yep. Following the defeat of American forces at the Battle of Bladensburg on August 24, 1814, a British force led by Major General Robert Moss marched to Washington. That night, British forces set fire to multiple government and military buildings, including the White House, then called the Presidential Mansion, the Capitol Building, and other U.S. government facilities. Wow. President James Madison, military officials, and his government evacuated and were able to find refuge for the night in Brookville, a small town in Montgomery County, Maryland. Wow, okay, got that right. What is the shape of the presidential office in the White House? Oval, square, rectangular, and circular. I think everybody knows this. Oval. It is, the Oval Office. All right, I think that's going to be it today for Morning Coffee Break. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please press that like button. Also, subscribe if you haven't already and share this out. And hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Watch the Kroger haul today with great savings, everybody. I'll see you later on. God bless.